All right, welcome back to Tony's Board Life. I am going to start playing some more. I have so many of the blind swords, but today I'm going to do Longstreet attacks. And I had already done one scenario, so the scenario I'm going to do the second scenario, which is the whirlpool here. Hopefully I can remember most of the rules as we go through, and we'll see how things go and with that. So as you can see, we have our area here. I'm using the neoprene borders from the Most Fearful Sacrifice, by the way, which is another Herman Lippmann game. About battles of Gettysburg. So it's kind of correct on this, but they're really good for doing what they're supposed to do here, and that is the areas here. So let's go ahead. We're going to kind of jump into this. I'm going to muddle my way through this and see if I can remember how things go, and I'll take my time, especially the first couple turns or so. I may only play 1 or 2 turns here fully all the way through, and then kind of do AAR afterwards and things along those lines. So we'll see how things go on that one. I already have the division and the chits in here. One thing is that with this scenario, you actually have to roll for the command to see if you get full activation or limited activation. So there's a couple different things that will be added to this that I was not used to. So, but I've gotten to the point now where I've got to pick my event chits, and so basically the rebels. The Confederates are on the attack. They need to go after these victory points. There are 15 of them. That's 3 and 3, and you can see these ones right here. All of these ones are active in they're all under Union control. So we're going to try to get out there. So what are some events that are going to work for we'll take the Confederates first. So what are the ones that are going to do? Well, we're going to have to do some attacking. So I think we'll choose the Rebel Yell. And again, I keep almost saying so. The Confederates, they choose 2, and the Union chooses 1. So I definitely think we're going to go that one. And the Army of Northern Virginia Vets. Let's see here. Let me take a look and see what that is all about. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll also pull out the command momentum, because this could give me an extra activation. Just so you know, these 2 right here are coming on. They are technically, this is how they're going to come. They're going to come on here at these locations. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those right there. And then when their activation chit when we get pulled on that one, we'll be good to go on that. So just need to make sure real quick one thing. Just so we know real quick, I had to look at it. So both of these Laws Brigade are going to be under the Benning. Does it really say Benning? Yeah. Laws Brigades. For this scenario, treat both of Law's units as belonging to the Benning Brigade for the game purposes. Okay, so we will not need that activation chit at all. I think what I'll do is I'll put these ones up here. Robertson, Anderson, and Benning. There we go. And so these 2 units and this one will come under Benning for this game purposes. We won't need the Law one that I have out already. Okay. So, because I wanted to check on that for sure. So I have the 2 here, so we're going to go ahead and flip these over. And then, let's see here, we'll end up removing 2 of those. And then I think what we're going to do here for the Union side, I think we will do the good ground one for sure. So the good ground, so there we go. And then so we're going to flip these over here and basically mix these up. We have to get rid of 2 of each of these here. And so we're gonna take 2 of these, and we're just gonna remove them to the side so I can't see them. And then these 2 will be fine there. I'm not gonna know what they are, so we're just gonna toss them in here. Toss them in here, the way this is where I'm tossing them, and then that one. So we have our chit cut. Okay, so we'll shake it up here real good. And then, so that's ready to go. I'll try not to look at those well, even if I do, I'll shake it up before. Now, usually you start with the artillery phase, but for this game, for this scenario, the first turn, the Union artillery cannot do anything, and it's like a pre-bombardment for the Confederacy. And they're going to target this hex, and this hex. So each of these 3 hexes, they are going to target. And I have a little chart here. So a 1 is nothing. A 2 or a 3 puts 1 morale, which is shaken. A 4 or 5 flips to the 2, which is, what is that? Disrupted. And then if it's a 6, yeah, if it's 6, it flips it over. And we'll flip it over. So we're going to go ahead and roll. So we'll start with this stack right here. That was a 5. I saw it. I am not going to deny that. So what we're going to do is we are going to take and put a disrupted marker there. Now it's only these 2 other hexes. It's a total of 3 hexes. 5. Wow, I did this a little bit earlier and it was not like this at all. And then this one right here. Oh, 6. So he is going to flip over, which is not good. All right, so that is the artillery phase for turn 1. So turn 1, that's the artillery phase. You skip it all the rest of the time. So now, what we do is, and we'll get this sequence play here, we did the artillery phase. Now we start doing the chit draw phase. Okay, so shake it up, and our first chit we're gonna draw is the Rebel Yell. So that's our first chit. So let's go. I think I'll put it right there. So the Rebel Yell, and like I said, we're going to go a little slow on this. So the Rebel Yell, you may play this chit immediately upon being drawn, or hold it to be played at the start of a chit draw phase. This turn, you may select 1 friendly hex, and you may move. You do not have to move. Yeah, you do not have to move if adjacent to an enemy. Every single CSA infantry unit up to 1 hex in any direction. These units may be subject to disengagement fire, but all such moving units must end adjacent to a US occupied hex. These units, even if they did not move, must conduct a close combat. All CSA units have their CR increased by 1 for this entry close combat sequence, and get a 2-column shift modifier. Well, this could be interesting because this is definitely something that can be done quite reasonably, because you have to move them 1 hex towards it. So let me just look into this a little bit more just to make sure I get this right. All right, I don't know. I think I might hold it. Yeah, I think I might hold it because it's you may select any 1 friendly hex and may move every CSA infantry unit up to 1 hex in any direction. But all such moving must end adjacent to the US occupied hex. So basically, I could do this, and then he would be going after this guy here. That actually might be okay. Yeah, I guess, you know what? Let's go ahead and use it. We'll see how it goes. It's, you know, if you're looking for really good tactical, this is probably not it. Tactics. But let's go ahead. So we're going to take the Anderson, and we're going to go here. So now we have to complete a close combat. So the first thing we do is defensive fire. So these are a rifle. You know what? I have all these sheets underneath Plexi, and it's gonna annoy me. So I thought it'd be neat to do. But you know, now I can do it this way. So rifles, it is adjacent, so it's 100%. So there are 6, this Burlington is 6 here. So we'll start with the 6 column here, and then fire combat shifts. Good ground, nope. Low artillery, nope. Target in woods, rocky or rocky woods. It is in woods. It looks like that's. I'm pretty sure that's woods. Yeah, that would be just woods, or is it? Yeah, that'd be woods. It'd have to be woods. Is it rocky woods though? It is rock. Well, let's see here. Are there rocks in here? Yeah, there are rocks in here. So this would be rocky woods. So rocky woods. So we'd start on the 6 column here. Rocky woods would shift it over. Yeah. Firing through, firing over. Target in. Okay, so it's going to go to. So we're on the 4 column here. All the rest is not a problem. Is nothing. Okay, yeah. So we started on the 6-7. We're going to go down to the 4. So we're going to go ahead and roll the 2 dice. It's red, white, red and white. So we have a 12, which is the top column, which is right here, is no combat right there. All right. So that's defensive fire. Now we need to resolve close combat. All right, so this is actually pretty easy to do here when it comes down to it, except for we use these combat here. Now, let's see here. So it's 6 versus 6 on the thing. Now the rebel yell, that adds 2 to the cohesion, right? Oh, it will give me. Okay, yeah, it'll give me 2 plus on that. The cohesion is increased by 1, which is, so his will go up to a 4, which will be important when we get to the end here. So, yeah, so it's got throw. So there's no outnumbering here. Defender and Rocky. I don't think that is. Yes, I think that's Rocky. By the way, I know people really love Rick Barber's maps, but I find them sometimes very hard to negotiate. And I do think they're pretty, but actually for gameplay, I find them a little difficult with that. Okay, anyways, sorry, that's just the way it is. That is Rocky. Okay. So, again, we're starting on 6. It's Rocky. So, defenders and Rocky. So, it's down to 5. There's no slopes, but there is a rebel yell, which will go back up 2. So this goes to the 9. Okay. So let's go ahead and roll here. 44. Okay, so 44. Go here. Now, the CR rating. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the CR rating is now, is it -1 or +1? I forgot to. Let me look for the double. Is increased by 1, so it's a 4. So this will be a 4. So what we'll end up doing here? So this will be 4. 44 is right here. So it will be a regular cohesion test. So right in here, so it'll be a routine one. So here we go. We get a 4. So it's a BD with an asterisk. If attacker is outnumbered, defenders 3-1, apply just the D result. If the defender outnumbers 3-1, apply just an AD result. Okay. Yeah. So that's right here. So this is the B and D, big B. If the attacker is outnumbered 3-1, apply just the D result. If the defender attacker is either going to apply just a D result. What if neither of them are? Well, yeah, what if it doesn't? What do we do? Okay, let me take a look here on that. Alright, so we don't need to worry about the 3 times. What it is both are depleted, and you flip, both of them get flipped over. The one with the highest, and since both of these are 3s, we'll just do the top one gets flipped over to the depleted side. Okay. And then, so that's the 4, and then we have a 3, which is an RA2. So, alright, all defending units must retreat 2 hexes. So he is going to retreat 2 hexes. Now he will get to advance in. Okay, so one thing real quick, we had a 44 and 44 on the 8-9. So that's 2 through 4. So this right here, I use this cohesion, not the attacker's cohesion. Okay, so it's not that 4, it's this 2 right here, because this was it. So let's go back here. So we're going to go back to this. And then, so this is a 2. Now, a 44, 44. So on an 8-9, so that could be on the green. Now, it is modified. It could take a -1. So let me get to the cohesion tech for the supported. Unit, if a unit does not have qualifying support unit, it is deemed to be unsupported and CR is reduced by 1. So that could reduce this CR by 1. But, so we got this, I've corrected this. A unit is located in, the definition of support depends on the type. Infantry is a supported if there's at least one non-shaken, non-disrupted infantry unit from the same brigade stacked with it or in adjacent hex. Well, we've got it in adjacent hex, so that's fine. So that won't be a problem. Okay, so this won't go -1. So then we are okay with that. So I just wanted to correct that. It is, so this will get flipped because this stays the BD. And then it will go RA2, 1, 2. So he moves back. This guy, I was looking for the advance after combat. When a hex is vacated by all enemy units after taking a cohesion test caused by close combat, only the surviving friendly units that were committed to the attack or that were attacked from any hex may advance to occupy the now empty hex. So there we go. Up to the stacking limits. Well, that's not a problem. We're at the stacking limits. Okay. All right, so we are all set here with that. Okay, I think that's it. And that's that for right now. Okay, so that was the first one. So we may only do part of this because we're already at 19 minutes. Okay, here we go. The next shit that's being drawn is Bernie. Okay, so Bernie. So what I need to do is I need to roll, and it has to be a 2 or less to get a full activation. He gets a 5, so he gets a limited activation. So Bernie can. And so Bernie is Ward, Detrobrand, and Graham. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to give the fire command to Detrobrand. So Detrobrand is going to, this one's right here. Detrobrand will activate, and he will get the limited. He will get the limited and the fire command. Basically, they can give fire commands. So these two are going to fire on Anderson right here. Okay, so now Anderson's and Rocky. There's not much there here to go through. Okay, so let's take a look. So let me go ahead and move this out of the way. So we're going to do fire command. So we'll do Detrobrand first on Anderson. And so he starts out with a 7, so he's going to start out the 6-7 column. So he'll start out the 6-7 column. Not good crowned. He is in rocky, but not rocky woods. And we're not firing over, not firing through. So yeah, there's no modifiers on this. So he'll start with the 7. He'll start on the 6-7. And he rolls a 35. So that is right here, which is a 0. Let's see. So that will be a 0 and a 1 through 3. He is a 2, so he has to do the green check. So it's going to be a routine fire, so it's going to be in this box right here. So we're going to go ahead and roll these 2 dice again. We get a 1, which is nothing, and a 2, which is nothing as well. So this one's been fired. Now we'll take this one, the, let's see, what is this? This is the 5th Michigan. I do like these counters because it actually has a state on them, so it really makes it easy to see. You know, if you can't quite read it, so this was the 17th Maine. So you can see the Maine. So I do love these counters. Okay, so he's going to fire, except for he's going to start on the 4. And again, no real difference. They're both rifles, so range is 100% basically adjacent. And there are no modifiers. So this time he's just on the 4. We got to roll high. Ooh, that is high because that'll be a 61. A 61 on a 4 is another green. Yep, because that's a 2, so it's another green. So just so you can see here, so 61 on a 4, 2 to 5 is what we're looking at. So again, we have the routine one here. So we have a 5, which is another deplete, so they'll have to take a break test, and a 1. So, yep, so lead unit on its front side flipped over to its black side. The lead unit, if the lead unit is on its BW side, takes a break test. So this is the break test. So we roll against the cohesion. The cohesion, which in this case is a 2. So we're going to go ahead and roll. So this is a 5. So that will be a CR plus 3. So it's a CR, so it's going to be broken 3. So this guy is going to go in the broken 3 column over here. But I have the turn track chart over here, and so that is on broken 3. So this is it'll take time for it to get back. So that was actually quite effective with that. Having them broken, that attack they went through was not as effective as they had hoped it was going to be. So good on that one. Okay, now, so that's that one. Now there are still, let's see here. So we still have Ward. Yeah, so Ward's up here. And then I don't think I have any grams. Yeah, I do have some grams. So this one will go back into the jar, and then we shake it up. Ooh, and we have the confident. So we have the confident. I'm going to put this right here. So just looking at the confident again, you may hold or play this chit till the end. Oh, that's the wrong one. Still thing. Till the U.S. activation at any end of the U.S. activation phase, in which a division activation hit, discard the command of movement, momentum, event chit, and immediate play the same division chit again, conducting the division activation chit die roll, but increase the command rating by 1 for the second attempt. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to hold off on this one. Yeah, let's put these up here that are done, just because then I can keep those right there. And I think we'll keep these over here instead. They have not had it, and they won't really, because it's going to be all hood. So when hood activates, that'll be it. Okay, here we go. Next one. All right. Ooh, we have sickles. So what happens when the commander-in-charge chit comes up is I've got a little chart here for this particular, each scenario it's kind of the same. Let me get to the right one here. Okay, so here we go. So sickles right here. So we're going to roll and see if sickles actually gets utilized. So let's go ahead and we're going to roll real quick. So we got a 1. On a 1 to 3, the CIC is successful this turn. So that is sweet. So what can happen is the relative. All right, so sickles. Yep. And activate any one brigade. So I was lucky on this one. So this works out. I haven't done confidence, so sickles gets activated. Now I can activate any one brigade, and I'm trying to figure out who I want to activate in this case. Or I can hold. I already called it though. That's my problem. I already called it. I don't know. What do I want to do? I'm not quite sure what I want to do quite yet. I can use something that's already been activated. So I might do, yeah, Detrobrand. I'm going to go through and I'm going to activate him with a maneuver command, and I can go 6 MPs and I can engage. So this isn't going to be hard because they're basically going to go back 1 and 1 here to set up a defensive in those hexes. So that'll work out. He's already been activated. He already took care of one, the 11th Georgia, and got them broken. So we're good to go with that one. Okay. Next chit is the firefight. And so the Confederates are going to go ahead and save the firefight chit for right now, because there's not anywhere where it's going to make sense. So they can save that one for the turn. Now they have to use it in the turn, so we'll see how it sometimes it ends up. Same thing with the A and V vets. Also, we'll keep that. Sometimes you just won't have access to use those. Okay, Fortunes of War. So this is the first time. So we have Fortunes of War. So let me. Fog of War. Fortunes of War. Let's see here. Wow, this is actually pretty interesting on this, in the fact that it is the Fortune of War. So whatever I pull next, basically is not good for that one. For that shit. If it's an event shit, it gets discarded. If it's an activation shit, it has, one of the places have to be activated. Okay, so the next one, so this is our command momentum. So this one gets immediately done there. Okay, I think we do one more chit because it looks like my battery's starting to go. Okay, so command momentum. So we'll hold that one. Jeez. Okay, let's try to do one more and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, Bernie. So let's go ahead and roll for Bernie. 4. So we get a limited. Bernie is basically they can do a fire. Oh wait, so this will be Ward, Graham. I think I'm gonna go ahead and activate just Graham. Yeah, we're just gonna activate Graham. This sucks, but we're just gonna activate Graham. We still have Ward up here to go. Ward up here, and we'll go with that. Okay, so this will we'll end this at part 1. And the nice thing is all I have to do is draw another chit. It works out great. So, and we'll keep going with that. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying this. If I have made any glaring mistakes, please let me know, and we'll go from there. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.